10 new head coaches take the reins this season across the NFL, and for the fourth time in the last 6 seasons, the Giants find themselves on that list. Following Josh Allen's epic improvement under his watchful eye, Brian Daboll emerged as one of the top candidates this past offseason, and it didn't take him long to make the trip from upstate to North Jersey. Now the 20th head coach in Giants history, Daboll looking to impart his mentality on a largely dormant franchise. Here's a look at that already lengthy resume with 21 seasons of NFL coaching experience. His coaching career began back in 1997 as a grad assistant at William & Mary. He's got some rings in the trophy case already as a defensive assistant and wide receivers coach with the Pats. But now, the first bite of the apple as a head man. Our NFL insider Jonathan Jones caught up with Dabel Sunday after practice.
Jonathan Jones, CBS Sports, here with New York Giants football head coach, New York football Giants head coach, Brian Daboll. Brian, thanks so much for the time.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Hey, we're here at camp right now, and, this is your first year as a New York Giants coach. I'm seeing you on the big screen at the Rangers games a while back during the offseason. What has surprised you the most about becoming the head football coach of this team?
I think there's a surprise every day. Obviously, I have a lot of good people I can lean on, and there's a lot of people in the organization that help me with a lot of different things, from the organization side of it to the team building side of it to dealing with injuries to travel. There's a lot of stuff that that comes across your desk as a head coach. You learn to deal with it day by day.
I am contractually obligated to ask you about the quarterback and Daniel Jones, and I know that he was probably a big part of the reason that you wanted to take this job. What have you and the coaching staff been working on to try to unlock with Daniel here this season?
Well, I think it's important when you're installing an offense is to figure out your quarterback, but it's also to figure out all the pieces around him and then put a system in place that suits their talents along with the quarterback's talents. And we're constantly evolving here as practices go on. We're no means a finished product. We have a long way to go, but we're making strides each day and trying to figure those things out.
I think a lot of folks looked at the work that you did with Josh Allen in Buffalo, the use of his legs. They see Daniel Jones faster than Lamar Jackson, according to some GPS data. We saw him use his legs in the first preseason game against the Patriots. Can we expect a lot more of that this season?
We'll see. I mean, each week is a new week for us. Obviously, you'd like to use the quarterback skill set, and he is an athletic player who can move and use his legs. And I'm sure there'll be some things in certain games and maybe not in other games, but you definitely want to take advantage of his skill set.
I know with Saquon Barkley, one of the things that we've all been waiting to see is him being a slightly more decisive runner. And I thought in that preseason game against the Pats, he was very decisive and started running north to south. What did you see from him?
Yeah, I'll go back since I've been here. Saquon's been a pleasure to be around. He's really bought into our culture and our system and the way we do things, and he's had a good spring and he's had a good summer camp here. He's physical, he's elusive, he understands the things that we're trying to do, and I think he goes out there and tries to improve on them every day.
I know you guys are faced with a number of injuries right now, somewhere between 16 and 19 guys that are banged up. That's football, right? But is there anything, as you and the sports science staff sort of look at this, that you guys have been able to pinpoint as maybe a theme or anything sort of that you've reacted to since that?
Yeah, I think we deal with every injury maybe a little bit different. Could they be out here one day? Sure, but we're trying to do what's best for the player to make sure they're as healthy as they can be. Everyone is different, and we deal with them accordingly. But I think our sports science, our training department, they do a really good job, and we'll just take it day by day with those guys.
Kadarius Toney is a guy who dealt with injuries last season, but man, when he was out on the field, he was just a different guy out there. What are your expectations for him this season?
Just come in, learn how we do things, learn the routes that we want him to run. Again, there's give and take with that too, just like the quarterback. Get a feel for what he does best, and the big thing is get him out here as soon as we can so we can start working on those things. He's fought really hard to get back from the spring, and he's done a nice job of picking our stuff up.
And then finally, competition. I know you want competition at every position out here, but heading into week one, give us a taste of what are some of the positions where there's the most competition. Where are you specifically looking on what will shake out?
I'd say Joe and I talk about this every day. We want to create as much competition at every spot. That's how you make your football team better, and I think we have good competition out here, and we're going to give guys reps that earn it and continue to promote that competitive atmosphere here.
All right, well, best of luck at practice. Brian Daboll, head coach of the New York Giants.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.